okay? Same set of information, just written a different way. So here's how we're going to test to see if we have a function in this scenario. Because remember, the question is it a function or is it not a function? Okay, in a function, each domain or x value has exactly one range value or y value. So this is where we're going to put it in what I said earlier. And if you run out of space at any point, just flip to the next page, into a mapping diagram. That's what it's called. I'm not worried that you know what it's called, but just so you know. And with a mapping diagram, we're going to put our x values and our y values separately. Okay? And it kind of looks like a table. Some of your worksheets, it's actually an oval. You don't have to draw this oval off to the side, but some of your worksheets, it kind of looks like this instead. It really doesn't matter. But we're testing, does each domain or x value have exactly one range or y value? That's the question we're asking to see if it's a function. So if I get first place, I get 5 points. So my x and y match up. If I get second place, I get 3 points. If I get third place, I get 2 points. If I get fourth place, I get 1 point. Does every x value have exactly one y value with it? Does every x value have exactly one y value that goes with it? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Does every x value have exactly one y value that goes with it? It does. So, is this a function? The answer is yes. Because every number in this side has exactly one number associated with it over here. All right, so on the back, we're going to talk about two scenarios. That one's really easy to see, right? You can sit there and look and see, I have 1 to 1. But you're going to see two different things, and one is a function and one is not. Sometimes you're going to see this. Here's our first list of ordered pairs. Yep. Okay, here's our first list of ordered pairs. Again, we're answering the question, is it a function or is it not a function? So I'm just going to put function question mark off to the side because I want to keep that in our focus. So to decide, we're going to create a mapping diagram. So I'm going to put 2 boxes. Okay, this side are going to be my x values and this side are going to be my y values. What x values do I have in my list of ordered pairs? What x values do I have? What do I have here? What x value do I have here? What number is the x? 1. What about here? 1. What about here? What about here? So what 2 x values do I have? 1 and 2. So if they're repeated, you only have to write them 1 time. Very rarely do you get to do that in math, so there you go. If they're repeated, you only have to write them 1 time. Now, over here, what y values do I have? 5, 6, 3, and 4. Man, I really need to learn to make my boxes the right size. 5, 6, 3, and 4. 1 goes with which numbers over here? 1 and? Good. 1 and 6. 1 and 3. 2 goes with 4. So that last one, it was kind of silly to put in a mapping diagram, right, once you saw it, because it was just one line connected to the other. And you're like, why am I putting this why am I connecting lines? But here, notice our input has more than one output. So let's go back to our definition of function. I'm going to read it again. In a function, each domain or x value has exactly one y value. So is this a function? No. Okay? Because our x values repeat. And when our x values repeat, we do not have a function. When our x values repeat, there is no function.
Not having a function?
Yeah, or no function. Sometimes I just write what I'm speaking, even if it doesn't make sense on the paper. So because there are repeating x values, so our 1's repeat, this is not a function. You can map it out like this if it helps you. I think it helps, but you can also just look at this list and say, oh, I have x values that are repeated more than once, so it's not a function. All right, we're going to do one more example. Let's talk about the list 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 2. Let's do a mapping diagram with this one. Let's see if I can make my boxes big enough this time. Okay, can somebody give me my x values? Because I'm going to put my x values on the left. 1, 2, 4, and 6. My x values are 1, 2, 4, and 6. What are my y values? 3 and 3, but we have it twice. We only have to write it once. 5 and 2. 1 goes with 3. 2 also goes with 3. 4 goes with 5. And 6 goes with 2. We're asking the question, is this a function? We have a little bit of a debate. What do we think?
Yes.
Let's see. What does the definition say? X has exactly one y. So my x has exactly one y. My x has exactly one y. My x has one y, my x has one y. So is this a function? It is. Okay, so if y values repeat, we do have a function. Yep, thank you. So if y values repeat, we do have a function. Okay, so if our x values repeat, we do not have a function. But if our y values repeat, we do have a function. Again, you're going to see it in lots of different formats and you're practicing today. You're going to see some tables. You're going to see them already set up as mapping diagrams. You're going to see a list of ordered pairs. You might even see a description like our track meet example, okay? But for every x value, we can have exactly one y value.